Did you know that you can strip certain furniture finishes in minutes without sanding or harsh chemical strippers? Today I'm showing you how acetone works for furniture stripping, when it's amazing, and when you should never use it. Hi, I'm Carmen, and you've probably seen a lot of furniture refinishers using acetone recently. So if you're thinking about your first makeover, acetone is one of those products that you hear about, but you may not fully understand. So in this video, I'm going to explain what acetone is, what finishes it removes, when it's a good idea to use it, and how to use it safely. So first of all, what is acetone? Acetone is a fast evaporating solvent. You've probably seen it or smelled it in nail polish remover. But in furniture refinishing, it's used to dissolve certain finishes, not scrape them off. Unlike traditional paint strippers, acetone doesn't have to be left on the surface for a long period of time. Rather, it works quickly by breaking down the finish so you can wipe it away. I have found that acetone is very effective on older furniture finishes, including pieces with shellac, lacquer, varnish, and some that I'm really not sure what the finish was. However, what I recommend is that you always wipe acetone on a hidden spot and test it before you use it. If it wipes away quickly, it's a good sign that the acetone will work. If it gets sticky or gummy, you probably don't want to use it and you want to use another technique to strip that piece of furniture. So is acetone the new furniture flipping hack? Well, it's not a magic solution. There are some finishes that acetone is not going to work as a stripper. A lot of modern pieces that have a very strong polyurethane, if they're factory applied, heat cured finishes, it's probably not going to work very well. It does not work well to remove paint, especially things like latex and chalk paint. Unfortunately, because removing paint is one of the hardest things that I have to do when I want to refinish. It also doesn't remove the really thick plastic-like coatings. So like I said, if the finish doesn't soften and wipe away within a few seconds, acetone is not going to work. So there are also some times when acetone will work, but it's probably not the stripping process you want to use. For example, if a piece has veneer and you don't know how thin the veneer is, I caution you against using acetone because the glue underneath the veneer might be acetone sensitive. And while you're taking off the varnish and you're taking off the old stain, you could unintentionally be loosening the veneer from the wood. I also never recommend using acetone indoors without proper ventilation. And also if your piece has a lot of decorative details and you're only wanting to strip certain pieces because acetone does run and it does drip. Most importantly, how to use acetone safely. This is something that I am continuing to reinforce because it's so tempting sometimes when you have a few minutes just to grab a paper towel. I'm just going to quickly strip the top of this dresser. But you want to always keep safety in mind. So a couple things. One, make sure you're either working outside or in a very well ventilated area. For example, when I'm working in my garage, I make sure that I have my garage door open, the side door open, and I also have 2 fans that are blowing air outside of the garage. 2, make sure you're wearing chemical resistant gloves and eye protection because it does splash. 3, never use it around open flames. It is extremely flammable. 4, and this is my acetone hack that I have found works really well, is don't just pour it on the surface, but rather use paper towels, clean rags, an old t-shirt, or something to hold the acetone in place and then wipe it away. I have actually been using paper towels, as you can see I'm doing in this video. However, that doesn't feel very environmentally friendly to me. So for my next project, I'm going to try using either some rags or some old t-shirts that have been donated and see how that works. You can also use steel wool. Steel wool works really great when you need to get a more stubborn finish off or you need to work in very small areas and you want to be a little bit more detail oriented. 5, I recommend working in very small sections because as I've mentioned, acetone does evaporate really fast. And 6, watch out for drips. I recommend putting down old cardboard or plastic to protect your workplace floor, because when it drips onto your garage floor or your concrete, it's going to have little bits of that old varnish and stain that you've removed, and it may stain the surface. So when I use acetone, what I like to do is I like to put down a paper towel. I apply the acetone. I let it sit there for less than a minute. Usually it's probably only maybe 20-30 seconds, depending on the product that I'm removing, and then wipe it away. It just makes the finish melt off, and it saves me a ton of time, and it also doesn't put all the dust in the air like sanding does. So all in all, acetone can be an incredible tool when used correctly, especially for removing the finish from vintage and mid-century furniture. If this video has helped you understand acetone a little bit better, please give me a like. And if you enjoy watching videos where people transform vintage and mid-century modern furniture into something new and different, please subscribe to my channel. My name is Carmen. My channel is called Painted and Planted by Carmen. I have several videos that show me using acetone and go step by step through the method. And the piece that I'm working on right now is this cute 3-piece French provincial vintage piece. My next furniture makeover video will feature this set and show you how I took it from old with a failing finish and made it into something light, bright, and modern, and also made a little bit of money. Look forward to seeing you next video. Thanks for watching.